Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Man Talk. And today I've brought the gentleman to tell me, how do men feel after a breakup? How do they deal with it as after a breakup? Unaenda kwa bar, utaka kwa nyumba peke yako, utachange venye una dress. I don't know. I wanted to learn from the gentleman, and I'm joined today by Apio and Steve Ligami. And just before we took the break, we were discussing how you relate with your ex afterwards, whether you guys are friends, whether you guys would be cordial. And Steve told us a shocker of a story, meeting with a woman in town who just smacked him at like first contact. And you weren't even remembering her. Your brain was still trying to figure out.
I was, slap ilinichanganya. And then he was like, see, during my campus years, there was times you did things where you blacked out, so you really don't remember. Maybe mlikaa naye mwezi mmoja mkipiga tu sherehe. No.
And you forget.
Honestly, I didn't remember. It's a phase mtu upitia. You do things, but then in future unakutana na mtu anakujua kabisa, anakuita like hata ujui mlipatana naye wapi. Akikupea namba una kwa contact, nothing. It's like ni nani? Tulipatana wapi? And it's a very beautiful
also,
lady.
If you're watching this and you're triggered, I'm so sorry. Like, in case this has actually happened to you and you had a full-on relationship with somebody and you meet them after and they have no idea who you are. It's been explained.
It happens. Sijui, like, hata mimi, there's a chick I called recently. We did things. It's like, ni nani? Steve Ligami, I can't remember that name. I'm like, really? Really?
How
really
do you feel? How do you feel like, when you're on the opposite end?
It's Did
you want to remind her? Like, it doesn't want to examples.
No,
like,
I just, for my ego, I just played it cool. It was like, no, Usijali, we used to work together some time back. Like, you really don't remember me. You really don't remember me.
Oh, my Lord.
Are you sure?
Now, we've looked a lot at the situations where you guys have experienced being dumped. You've been on the receiving end. Apio, I want you to talk to me about the other side. Have you ever broken up with somebody, and what was that like? Like, did you hype yourself up, like, okay, today's the day, I'm going to call them to lunch, and I'll break up with them, or I'm scared, maybe I can't do it, let me call them on phone, and do it on phone, or, like, how do you guys go about it? Because the way I'm telling you is, like, how a woman maybe would think about it, like, if you decided to break up with somebody, and you're like, okay, you might be nervous about how to do it, because peer breakup, aujuanki venye uyo mse mwingine ata react. But have you dumped somebody, and what was that experience like?
Yeah, of course. I've been having several exes that I think it's me who dumped them. And in the scenario, it was, some situations were horrible, some situations were just fair because you realize somebody already had given up on you. Those are also situations. There are situations you're trying to dump somebody who dumped you a few months ago. You get it?
They're like, Said, you're not relationship imeisha. Oh.
Yeah, you get it. There's some situation. But me, I think you cannot declare breakup. You can't declare. Breakup is something that you want to actually hold it with gloves. You just want to say, oh, no, I was busy. No, excuses. You're in a relationship, but excuses supersedes actions. You get it?
Right.
Supersede actions. At any moment, there is an excuse why something cannot be done.
Yeah.
And it used to be done. It is something that you people were doing. But there are now excuses after excuses. So I cannot wake up in the morning, or I didn't wake up in the morning and declare, probably to somebody that I was in partnership with that. No. From today, we end this. No. Because, in as much as you'd want to live, there is that dot of your heart who tells you not to live.
That's true.
You get me? Because you feel like at
Things
one point they were there for you, and if you look at the future, you think probably this thing can go far. But there is a chunk of heart that has been hurted all this time and feels like you need to actually put this declassified. But now it becomes so difficult because you cannot declare breakup. Breakup usually comes naturally after activities or events leading to breakup.
Right.
In this case, for example, if me, in my past, I think for the past 7 years, I've spent 90% of my life in long-distance relationships.
Okay.
I don't believe in relationships in town here. That is not my life.
Okay.
You should be in Nanyuki, be in Mombasa, be in Kisumu, be in Eldoret, be in Tanzania. Nice. That is me now.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So that is why sometimes now you end up actually dumping somebody who dumped you a long time ago because you don't know from the other side of them. What have they been doing?
I get
because
it.
Me, I usually believe in long-distance relationship rather than this relationship of Java every evening.
Yes.
And morning hours, let me drop you.
Yeah. Do you think that... Today, do you think that for you, what's the big disadvantage and big advantage of town dating, where you're in the same place together all the time, and long distance? What's the disadvantage and advantage for you?
A resident relationship, when you call it resident, a local relationship.
Local, yes.
It becomes boring very fast. It becomes boring very fast.
Okay.
And in most cases, even the feelings disappear very fast. You get
Okay.
it? Let everyone have their own experience around the world. Me, I believe in that.
Then every time you meet, you have
Every time we
interesting
meet, I
things to
miss you.
share.
Every time we meet, I miss you. You get it? Not this situation that you look like my shadow. We sleep together. We wake up together. Go to Java together in the evening. So you go to what? Over the weekend, we are together. No. That's not a relationship. For me, that one, I think, cannot even go past 2 weeks. That is like a family, honestly.
So let me ask you, like now, if you're dating somebody to marry them, I'm imagining you've been dating somebody, you're happy with them, it's been long distance, they're happy with you, you're inspired by this woman, she also thinks you're a good guy, and you decide to marry her. Now, when you marry her, how would you want your marriage to work? Would you want it to stay the same with long distance? Because there's many marriages like that.
Of course, it will not stay the same.
Or would you want now change your local relationship?
I said to myself that by the time probably I'm making a decision to marry, then now it will be my liberty now to stay with the woman I love, right?
Right.
I wouldn't mind.
Because now you have found the right
Yeah,
one.
no, I found the right one. I wouldn't mind. Let us now stay together. But
Okay.
for now that I'm in a fishing expedition,
Yeah.
in this case, then there is no need for us to actually stay in town. You work in Moy Avenue, I work in Kilimani. When we meet in Westlands, when you go there, we meet coincidentally.
Yeah.
It becomes so boring. Come on. Me, I don't
You feel like they're always around the corner.
like,
They're just there.
yes. So I usually fancy this relationship that after 3 weeks, you can travel or I can travel. Or we can decide, come from Nakuru, I come from Nairobi. Let's meet in Naivasha.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. Life makes sense
There's
like that for me.
levels to this ish. Oh my
Life
gosh.
makes sense like that for me. But this one, I think probably that is why, in most cases, maybe the relationship, maybe in the past did not work, because in the long run, there are people that believe long distance relationship is a mirage. It's something that is not natural. It can't work.
I believe
There are
that
people
a
who
little
believe
bit,
that.
yeah.
You get it. But me, I usually believe that people can still love themselves no matter the distance.
Right.
So me, that is my life.
Nice.
And I'm not going
Steve,
to apologize for
no,
that.
I like it. First of all, I love having like clarity of also like choices that people make in life, because I think you know yourself. You know, that's the most important thing. Hakuna mtu mwingine utadate atakuconfuse, or you'll end up in some weird marriage and you'll be like, oh, this is actually not what I wanted. A lot of people end up in that place because they didn't know what they wanted initially. And if you found something that works for you, then you'll need a partner who is on the same page, and I'm sure that there is as well. But I believe, like Steve, a little bit about long-distance relationships. I think, in my personal opinion, I think they have their own timeline. I think it's possible to do it, but I think it has to have an end or some kind of future of, oh, in 2 years or in 1 year or in 6 months, we'll be in the same place or in the same, sometimes for me, even the same country. Like the way you've said, different towns is not even as bad. But if you're in different countries, then for me, that poses a big challenge. But Steve, you talked about not wanting, haupendi kufanya vitu public. You talked about PDA, you're like emotional, even fights in public, that's not your energy. You're like, me and my partner, when we're ourselves in the house, sure.
Yeah.
But when we're outside, let's just be cordial and be individual.
Yeah, or let's not go together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, in your workspace, and we've seen them today, social media plays a whole new role now
Yeah.
in relationships
Yes.
and relationship drama.
Yeah.
And we have people now on social media who will have an opinion on your relationship, or even people in real life. How do you usually deal with like rumors about your relationship or rumors about your breakup? So kama huyo msichana amekuja town, muli break up maybe many years ago, maybe the relationship was not even formal, so there was no start and no end, but amekuslap. So first of all, you're like, okay, this is in public, I don't usually do this, what's going on right now? I'm not really remembering this person.
Yeah.
But if you're with a friend or somebody saw it, it was outside your office, or how do you usually deal with rumors about your breakups, about your relationships?
Okay, I'm one to roast a lot of people all the time.
Right.
So hakuna mtu nieka at any point. If anything happens to me, hakuna, even if I'm on a show, ningoe, nifanye kitu, just everybody's on my case. Unajua? Because me roast watu a lot. I don't like being sad. I like laughing. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing for me. But about rumors, the relationship and whatnot, me, I know what's happening between us. I really don't care about rumors.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't care about rumors. I don't post my relationships if I have one. I just post maybe it's your birthday, a anniversary, umejua. But who post relationship is okay. I just don't care. Post to see post, it's just there. It's not. It does not matter for me. It's a non. Umejua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want, because there's something I find very interesting. There's social status. You can have, there's different kinds of wealth. It's like financial wealth, and you can have social wealth. And men's social wealth is important because you've built it over time, even just amongst your relationships with other men. Like career, ukona networks, see just your boss or just your employees or just your colleagues. You have networks within your system. And if you're in a relationship with somebody for a particular period of time, she will interact with those networks. How do men usually feel when all their male friends know that you've gone through a breakup? Do they usually come and support you and lift you up? Or in your experience, do you prefer your friends to just leave you alone? They know you've gone through a breakup. Wagoje, what I meet the next girlfriend. That's how I chill. Like, how do you usually walk about that?
For me, I'm a sharing person.
Yeah.
Niki break up, I need to talk about it, to forget. Niki peke yangu, I don't like being alone. It's sad, you cry.
Yeah, you're in your head about
you hear a song, you're like, oh, yeah. You watch a movie, you hear a joke, like, it happens.
Because inakukumbusha huyo msee.
Yeah, it's even the scent. Ama upate kitu yake hapo bahati mbaya. You just get sad. Yeah, moments just happen. Uone kona fulani ya kitanda ukumbuke you did something there. You're like, oh Lord. Umejua. It's just you see somebody that looks like them. Every time you keep seeing people that
you're just being triggered left, right, and center.
She liked this kind of hair, you know, things like that.
So your friends, you want them to be around?
Yeah. I share a lot when I am in that situation, Susan, which has been twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Susan, me I think I'm different. Me, I'm so cunning with my relationship. Whether I'm in breakup or not, whether I'm heartbroken, whether I'm crying every night, me, I won't tell anyone. Until such a time, I heal myself. Because me, I usually believe human beings are so wicked and malicious. Some people would want to ride on my desperation,
on
my desperation sadness. In this case, to actually escalate this issue. They'll start even calling you a girl. They even want to meet them now. They act as if they want to solve, but indeed, they're exposing you further. So me, I believe that if I am in problem, if today probably I've been dumped today, I'll solve it within my body organs until such a time I heal. Let that be a secret between me. If I die out of that breakup, so be it. If I live out of that, so be it. I won't share even with a single friend.
No one,
not even my brother, not even my sister.
Even your relatives, even a brother, sister.
It's not healthy.
What if they call you not for another reason? So what if they call you for a different reason and they ask about your girlfriend or your fiance? They're like, oh, by the way, so and so, I wanted to ask her. Da, da, da. How would you handle that situation?
I wouldn't even be happy. Why are they calling them first? Because I didn't actually seek or I didn't lobby for your assistance in this. You get it? Why are you calling them? If you see I'm sad, maybe I'm broke. Why are you?
There could be many reasons.
There could be many reasons. Why are you feeling the dots that probably is a breakup? No, don't call them. Actually, why are you calling my partner without me knowing in the first place?
Right.
What are you people talking about? Unless you're malicious in this case.
Yeah.
So me, I believe, let it remain a secret between me and a PO. Two people.
Yes.
Get it? Then after that, after healing all sorts until I become happy, now one day when we are drinking booze with the friends, I'll tell them, hey, shit happened between me and that lady. Do you know what happened? Get it? But that I can only share with a close friend, just one. Not that it's going to be like a agenda of a meeting.
Yes,
It can't be like that.
When you're ready and you've healed. Like
already I healed a long time ago. Because me, I believe that human beings are prone of taking advantage at your desperation. So why the heck should I share my weakness?
It's interesting because these two gentlemen I have here on the panel today, you guys are like covering the two types of men I believe that there are and how they would deal with breakups. The way you have said you keep it between you and your organs. Like I felt that because a lot of men are like that. Many. They'll just
really.
Like, it's not
this
their
is what
business.
You do not know. It's not really.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Men have close friends. Like kuna ule mtu mmoja anajuanga lazima umwambie. Ndio atakubaia drinks, ndio atakubeba kama umelewa. You can't do this alone. You know, and one thing I know for sure, kana katia dem alafu to break up. hata ukue nani, hata hakuna, there is none of my friends that can hit that. Nobody.
Yeah.
Najiamini hiyo design. They'll go to another direction.
Yes.
Unaona? Like, and my friends, we are very respectful about, unless akuambia udema kwa naweza dandia. I'm not being objective on women, but
it's
you
not,
know,
it's
a thing. It happens.
It's a very real thing that happens.
So what there is the serious, like I was in a relationship maybe for 4 years. Huyo, you are not going to.
Nobody can.
And there's this also other thing that happens when I break up. Ikijulikana ni sawa. I broke up with my girlfriend. That's why I'm being moody and sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually happy. People notice the change.
They will know.
They would notice. So I just have to tell them, nime break up na whoever
So
I broke up with. And when I break up with that person, if people know, yes, if them pekee alikuwa hapo, there's this thing when you're in a relationship, there's a lot of people hitting on you. It's just for mimi peke yake, but I've had it from other people too. When you are in a serious relationship, a lot of women hit on you.
Yeah.
So the moment unakuwa single hivi, you announce uko single, you start hanging out with another women. So you are winning the relationship. Your girlfriend will want you back. If it was a long relationship, hata unaumia. Akikwambia take me back. You won't think, as long as haiko infidelity. Okay, infidelity siku hizi ni forgivable, but you know,
in 2021
it's forgivable. It's like
absolutely.
That
I agree.
we can share.
Negotiate on that.
Me, I'm bora nisijue. You know, what you don't know won't hurt you. Bora nisijue. So kuna benefit of doubt kama sikukupata, sikukushika directly. If there's benefit of doubt and there's love, love will prevail.
Right.
Yeah?
Love wins.
Unacheki. Love wins all the time. Unaona. So for me, about breakups and relationship, it's just you deal with them as they come. Unaona. So masiku hizi ku-invest heart kwa relationship for me is very hard because of heartbreak. Yeah, it's one foot in, one foot out. So you just you understand each other mutually.
Yeah.
Unaona. So uko like, if kwetu na wifi ya hivi na hivi na hivi, mimi sitaki heartbreak, so I start ghosting you pole pole. It's like una text sahi, I jibu like after, nilikuwa najibu immediately, tutaanza kufanya 10 minutes, 1 hour.
Then it goes extended.
Then it's like hata saa zingine niko mteja 3 days. Unacheki. So the moment unaanza time una break up hivi, wewe ulikuwa umesha prepare. Una break up uko like, mimi sisikii uchungu, like I'm so sorry, we can still be friends, you know, like I'm saying all the good words to end a relationship. Unacheki. You can come and talk about it and you can still, you know, do your thing. You break up, umejua ile vile alisema mnaweza patana kwa kitanda, but you are not in a relationship, you know, exactly. That's a very, you need terms mzuri sana za kumaliza relationship.
So
yes,
very, very
thank
sweet.
you.
So
The best.
So sweet.
It's the best.
Because everyone is now fighting.
Yes,
everyone is fighting for us to coexist.
Right.
It's not a one-sided thing now at that moment.
Yeah, that's true. And you can see, because a person had gone, now they're coming back, you know it's for real.
Yeah.
You talked about preparing for a breakup, which I really liked, and just like ghosting a little bit. How you distance, on a distance,
you start distancing yourself.
Na siku hizi tuna distance na hizi.
Na simu, uko wapi? I can be next door, but mimi nimejifungia kwa nyumba, natumianga mlango wa nyumba na ukuta. Nakwambianga tu mimi niko job Nakuru, niko job Eldoret. I'll even put on, I have videos like I can play and you know niko Nakuru.
I'm somewhere else.
Yeah. It's just
how do you prepare for a breakup up here? Do you just wake up and you're like, today's the day I'm breaking up with her? No. Let me book lunch at an outside sitting restaurant, or do you ghost and distance a little bit slowly, like how Steve has described? How would you prepare to break up with a woman?
I think I share the sentiments of Steve on that.
Yeah.
I start by first initiating inconsistencies.
Yes.
Yeah, me appear, I first become so inconsistent with almost everything you value.
You have
so
you just have,
whether it is time, whether it is merrymaking, whether it is an outing, whether it is word, whether it is phone call, whether it is replying text, whether it is calls. I'm ever busy. You get it?
Yeah.
We can't meet. We can't just meet. I put roadblocks. I put obstacles to where things used to be easy. You get it? Intentionally.
Yeah, obviously, you're very aware of what you do.
I know
because you're preparing yourself.
Then, by the end of the day, I'm the first to apologize, actually.
Well, that's because you knew what you were doing.
You even buy gifts.
I'm the first to apologize, actually.
You even buy gifts, you buy flowers, you buy all that stuff.
But even sasa wase wanasema waliwachwa mataa. Somebody bought me a gift last week, and then this week they're telling me it's over.
It's over,
You
need to know, unaona.
I become so inconsistent for the longest time, then I'm the most apologetic person you never meet.
So now when you finally do the breakup, we're in it, we're in the conversation right now. What's you guys' belief on how you should actually break up with somebody? Because there's conversation of you should always do it in person, you should do it in the most convenient way to you as you're breaking up with somebody. And do you think there's specific words you should say?
Me, I believe that after doing all these inconsistencies for some time, now I have an excuse when I want to start talking to you about breakup. I have where to hide, right? So when I'm making a phone call or when I'm meeting you, I have where to hide. I have excuses why I think this relationship is not working. Because me, actually, I was apologetic. At every juncture, I was wrong. You get it? And I was the one who initiated them. So I have issues like, hey, this thing looks like we have a lot of problems we need to solve. And actually, most of the time, the exact word is, maybe we give each other break for some time. You know, that is breakup
and
knocking.
You're showing that you're showing the past, you're showing the inconsistencies.
Yes, we have been having inconsistency. I've tried apologizing, but this thing is unending. It's cyclic. So it's like we are toxic to each other. Life is no longer nice.
So by the time you're saying...
By the time I'm actually calling you to show you signs of giving up, I have somewhere to hide. I have excuses.
Yeah.
You get it? Because it is something that I planned maybe for 3 months or for 2 months or for a week or for...
Yes,
So me, that is why. So finally I'll tell you, but I have an excuse. Because you cannot tell somebody you're breaking up and you don't have an excuse.
So now when you say it's time for us to take a break, it's a break that will be forever
That
now.
break, you will wait for the longest time for us to be back in class, and it will never come. So,
Steve, how do you prepare yourself? You said that you ghost and everything. So when you're actually doing the breakup, how do you go about it? Are you somebody who likes doing it in person? And what words do you usually use?
Also depends. I like breaking up nicely. Like, it's not your fault, it's my fault.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, I usually use that line a lot, but differently.
In different ways.
For instance, I have a baby mama. Like the way my relationship with my baby mama is set up, and my parents, you see, there is the way you can go like this and not do this. You know, I just speak nonsense.
Right.
Like, so kuna venye nafosiwa home, kuna venye baby mama, mjua story ya mtoi, alafu mamangu akasema, and then this happened, and then sa umejua,
mi naona tu,
tukue tu friends, we just be friends, you know, let me try to talk to my family, but wacha tukue na distance kiasi as I solve this issue, but we can always talk on phone, but hatuwezi meet, kuna watu wanani watch, you know, and there is inheritance coming after, and I don't want to lose, you know, just... So it's like, kipole, na understand, nini, but you know, we can be smashing from time to time if you come...
No, these are things that people say.
Yeah, so it's like, can you salvage, you know, one last, you know, before the breakup? It depends with the person you're breaking up. Kuna ule mko serious, you want to hurt them, not hurt them, but you want to make them feel as bad as they made you feel. So you're just like, please, we are done. Unacheki. I don't believe in cohabiting, so I don't stay with... I sleep over sawa, but cohabiting...
Not living together.
Is not the best way. Vile alisema tu, it's not... Kuonana kila mara.
Yeah. What I've heard there, though, that's so interesting, is baby mamas, even though your past might have not worked out, it might be tumultuous, are a very good excuse and very good...
A lot of the time.
Yeah, for current relationships, if you're struggling.
A lot of the time, yes. Yes, you bring in... And then, when you talk about your kid to the person oftenly, they tend to also have the same passion you have for your kid. Like, they tend to love the kid as you love them. So when you tell them, I'm doing this for my kid,
they have to understand. You're even laughing at yourself. On that note,
I am so sorry, baby mama and April.
No, let me tell you, I like you being honest and telling the truth.
Yeah.
I was reading the other day, we even talked about it on radio, that everybody tells an average of 2 lies a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's lies that you tell just to. You can lie maybe to an askari, you're entering somewhere. You can lie to, you know, a friend just because you don't want to talk to them on the phone that day. So you say you're somewhere that you're not. We all tell these lies, we just don't recognize them. But even the way you're saying, I'm doing this for my kid, at that time you have nothing else to say. So you're like, what is this thing that's going to get this woman to politely and happily, because you're trying to have it amicably, live my life. Well, guys, I think we're going to have to do a part 2 on breakups, but that is our episode for today. Before we finish up, I want Apio to tell you guys where he does his youth leadership, what he's passionate about, and where you can find him on social media. And then Steve will take it away afterwards to tell you guys about his radio show and where else you can find his services.
Thank you, Susan. I think it was a good interaction.
It was fun. I've learned a lot.
You learned a lot about us men.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, me in social media, Facebook, you can find me at ApioJF Opio, Twitter at Apio Opio, Instagram at Apio Opio. I run a youth organization. If you want to see or if you want to come where we are, come to Eldama Park in Westlands. You get to know about youth leadership, who wins elections next year, who will lose, and what is the space for youths in that election. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve Ligami, everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, place yote tu, LinkedIn, kila mahali ukitaka tutapata. I'm single. Also, Proactive Radio.
Yes.
I've taken a break from that kidogo.
Okay.
There's some restructuring going on.
Okay.
But I'm still posting. I have a podcast coming out. It's about cooking.
Nice.
Yeah, I also cook. I'm a semi-professional chef.
Nice.
Also, what do I do? There is talent management. There is, all talents, managers, music, models. Ukitaka talent management, ukitaka PR, just hit me up on my socials. Otherwise, it's nice to be here.
I'm so happy to have you guys.
Oh, also, I'm on Friday. Every Friday on Triple P TV, I'm on Banje. There is a show I host. It's called Banje. Tune in, don't fail.
Yo, who did your caretaker atakuwa navaa hiyo Banje?
Yeah, Banje.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been an incredible episode. And for everybody watching us from home, I hope you weren't triggered too much. I hope you got to laugh. And I hope you got to learn something, which is the most important thing here at Man Talk. You can reach us at KTN Home everywhere online. Use the hashtag ManTalk and the hashtag KTN Life and Style so we can converse with you on the socials. And if you'd like to follow me, I am at Sura_common. Sura like Oviu, yes, your face. _common. And we can interact there. But I'll see you guys next week, same place. Bye-bye.